Okay. I don't know how I start this, since this is just a voiceover. This is going to take me a bit to explain because I'm not quite all here in the mind yet. I guess I should start off by saying when someone has mental and physical trauma or abuse, they don't really handle real life all that well anymore. They have the biggest issues with trying to communicate with other people. They have the biggest issues with trying to fit in because it's hard. There's a part of their head that just is focused only on the pain and suffering that they went through and not the good things, because there weren't many. So in my case, I didn't have friends growing up. I had peers that would make fun of me. And I was never invited to birthday parties or slumber parties. I think the only time I was ever invited to a slumber party or a birthday party was by force, by the other person's mom. And of course my mom would force me to go, and I really didn't want to, because I didn't find it fun, because I didn't know these people very well. I didn't pay attention to them, and they didn't pay attention to me. They had their own groups. I didn't have a group. And that's how my life has been for the longest time. After I had gotten out of, the lower grades and was going into the higher grades and then going to middle school, I didn't have anyone to really talk about relationships with. I didn't have any friends, and I didn't have anyone who liked me. And even then, like Brittany was one of them that was with me for a long time. But I guess, in a way, there's some parts of my personality that people like, but that's all they ever like. They don't really like the rest of me. They like my creativity, but they could give a damn about anything else. And there's also when it did come time to guys and relationships, I was so scared. I didn't know what to do or what to say. And it went horribly. And then I met Mitch, and it was good. apart from me trying to fight all of my depression and all of my mental instability and just being normal, which I never will be, that's a thing, which he understands. I have my good days, my bad days, my really bad days, my bad months, where I just get into a gigantic pothole that I literally have to climb out of. And that takes a long time. And apart from that, the multiple businesses that I've had to do and work at because of my parents, their way of seeing things is you either work or you don't, and if you don't work, you're not useful. You have to be part of society. If you don't work, you're not part of society, and you shouldn't be in a house. You shouldn't be a part of anything. You should just, be homeless. But to work, you can be part of society. You can have friends. You can have relationships. You can buy all the things you want. You can do all this stuff. So they pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. And finally, society is at the point where, we don't give a fuck. If you haven't had a job all this time, or you haven't had a job over and over and over again, we don't want you. If you have massive breaks in between jobs, we want to know why. Well, guess what? No job would fucking hire me. That's why I have so many breaks. Because I wasn't useful. And it's even worse when you try to do all the things that you're told to do, and it's not to their liking, or you physically can't get the hang of it, that they just sack you. Or how I'm not good at being part of face-to-face communication all the time with people. I don't like to be yelled at. I don't like to be argued with, and I don't like how everything I do is wrong, because that's literally how my life has been for a very long time. And that's all I can focus on now. I am scared to death of people. Scared to death of doing wrong, basically. Because never have I been able to do anything right. And to have a conversation with someone online and have it to go calmly, that takes a lot. It takes a lot from me to fight everything that is going on in my head, to fight all the feelings that want to burst forth, to fight the anger and the sadness and frustrations and everything, and just admit to all of the faults that are part of me, and how, there's nothing more I can change. I can't change the way I am anymore, because, this is how I am. This is me. And to say that, well, that's too much of a volatile situation, we can't have that on the server, this isn't good. I'm sorry, but you can't be admin anymore. and how everything is my fault. How everything that everyone else does, and how I overreact on things, my fault too. Yes, I do overreact. I do overdo things, but only because it's just so personal. And I really shouldn't have done that personally, so... And then he had the option, after I stepped down the first time because of stress and everything in my wedding and things like that, to not allow me to be back. But everyone pushed for me to go back. I really didn't want to go back. And that was the option that Odin had, is to not allow me back, but he did. He asked for me back. Honestly, I shouldn't have been allowed back. Then this entire conversation of Mitch wanting to be admin, and the argument that happened, and Odin taking it out on me, and then saying that, oh, this was, overdue, the conversation between me and you. You need to step down. Happened on Valentine's Day, by the way. So, doing tickets for people with the stupidest reasons, the stupidest arguments, trying to worm around rules, trying to just mind fuck people, be toxic as hell. I don't give a fuck. But to tell people, oh, it went very well, she was very calm about it. No shit. 'Cause you didn't hear me choking on my side. 'Cause I literally muted myself. You didn't see me curled in a ball, thinking about all of the negative things that have happened to me because of what the words you used. You didn't see how much torment I was in because of what you were doing. Your argument was only for Guardian, but yet it was taken out on me as well. And the cover-up was, you're too volatile, which I agree about. I am volatile. I am a danger to everything. I'm a danger to myself. And then asking, is there any way we can change how this is? Not without killing myself. Not without being reborn. I am who I am because of assholes. And I guess I shouldn't be a part of society or even be surviving in society. But hey, death is taboo. Suicide is taboo. Can't do either of those. You have to live because that's what society wants you to do. It sucks. You have to grovel all the fucking time. And you have to suffer all the fucking time. To other assholes. To other people that don't give a shit about you. Just to make payment that isn't worth to live on. It isn't enough. Day in, day out, you suffer. Day in, day out, you get sick. Day in, day out, doesn't matter. Nothing matters. All of society wants you to fail. And you will die trying. So yeah, everything went so calmly. And how your ego shouldn't ever be popped. So, to make me not part of the bullshit anymore, to make me free of all this shit that was launched at me, which, by the way, I could see a mile away. I knew it was going to come. That you had no other option but to come at me. I'm not about to fight a fucking army. And I'm not about to fight you. Because it's fucking pointless. And Q, there's nothing wrong with Q. She's just really stuck in college. Poor baby. I'm so sorry. Emmy. There's nothing wrong with Emmy. Just try to be happy, Emmy. That's all I want. You to be happy. And it's just the reason for everything that's happening in the server. And I am a casualty. That's fine, because I don't give a shit. How things are being done over there. It's not a fucking job. But the way you let people go really, really reflects that. So all you think about is work. I don't know anyone else on the fucking admin team to even say much more. It doesn't matter. I don't matter. I don't care. I'm just a memory now. That's all I ever want to fucking be.